Welcome everybody back to the Games Tavern, where today we are going to celebrate our 1 year anniversary here at Dirty Deeds. Where over the last 365 days, this fine crew and I have been going through the wonderful adventures of Eberron, having a grand old time, causing a little bit of trauma, some trouble, and a few shenanigans along the way. Grab yourselves a drink, take a seat by the fire as we continue this tale throughout the lands of Corvair. This is your first time here watching us live on Twitch. Make sure you go ahead and follow us so you can keep track of everything that's been going on, keep up with all of our new stuff coming out here at the Games Tavern. Also, make sure you go check us out on YouTube, where you can catch up on everything we've done over this last year. Go back and check out the way we started and see the growth that we've made all the way up to this point now. All of our episodes are on there. We usually try to get them uploaded within a couple days after we go live here on Twitch. Sometimes we have to get a little caught up, but we're good to go. Before I get into this recap over this last year, however, friends, go ahead, pass on some of your knowledge that we have for everyone.
Well, as always, over the last 365 days, I'm here to remind you that if you have Amazon Prime, you also have an Amazon Prime gaming subscription that you can use. And if you go down and click the button, you can subscribe for free. If you think that you want to support us and all the tech goblins that make this all happen, please go down and click the button. And remember to come back next month, as you have to re-up that subscription every month.
A humongous thank you to Shard Tabletop for sponsoring this show. Go to the link in the chat to check it out yourself. Shard Tabletop is the place to play your 5th edition games. You can access rules, adventures, and other supplements. It also provides digital tools like a character builder and digital character sheet, as well as all sorts of other tools for your gaming use. We think so highly of it. It is the official VTT of the Games Tavern. Oh, and to make it this even better, just go to the Shard Tabletop link in chat. Use a promo code TGTShard20 to save 20% on all subs.
There is no escape. If only you knew the power of 1985 games. With our combined strength, tonight we are giving away a set of their VHS dice from the latest Kickstarter. Type !1985 once you see the notice in chat that the raffle is live. You must be a follower to enter, and you must be present in chat for the staff to contact you to win. We will continue to take entries until the end of the stream when we pick a winner. Obi-Wan never told you that when you use our special show code Dirty Deeds 1985, no deeds, you'll receive a 10% discount on your order. Search your feelings, you know it to be true.
All right, yeah, those dice are looking pretty cool, pretty epic, great little Kickstarter going on. But now we travel back in time a little bit. Back a year ago, our time, a little over 2 years ago, in the world of Eberron, as this group of individuals all met at Moorgrave University, taking on a job to go recover some missing relics, they were told. Upon their travels upon an airship throughout the lands of Corvair, they came across another ship, one that was of a design that nobody had ever seen before. Having entered a conflict that they were not expecting, the crew soon found themselves stranded on this strange ship, alone. No other crew, all of which had either died or just seemed to be missing, as the ship they were on crashed down to the ground. The crew finally getting the ship able to function again, it put itself on autopilot and brought our crew to Sharn, where they found out that they were now wanted individuals for the events that happened in the skies of Corvair so long ago. Getting the ship repaired, though, however, they were able to depart Sharn under some not so great circumstances, as the Boromar clan had found out where they were and attempted to capture them before their departure. But that fateful voyage ended up the day of mourning, as the crew narrowly survived during our session zeros that we had prior to beginning our stream. And that led them to the town of New Seer, where our adventures began a year ago. throughout all the trials and tribulations that they've had over this last year. A couple years had gone by within the world of Eberron, and now the crew find themselves with their own airship. And they are currently in the skies heading back to where it all began, to the city of Towers, Sharn. And they're about a third of the way through their voyage. It's been a few days. The crew have managed to fend off an attack from Warforged vessels attempting to ambush them in the sky. They were able to avoid a suspicious looking bank of clouds by piloting around them. And they even passed a party ship where the crew decided maybe they'll give up their days of adventuring and just sail the skies of Corvair, having a good time. During their last evening, however, a meteor shower began to fall. And as the crew found various ways to try to avoid their ship from being damaged by the fallen balls of fire, one larger one struck. A very similar falling star to what the crew had experienced way back on the plains of Breland during their first foray out into the wilds. Upon looking at this meteor that crashed into their deck, using a net and some very well-placed spells to keep it from doing any damage to their ship, they discovered within the ore and the rock of this a metallic-looking scale. Upon looking at it, they kind of put two and two together and think this was another gift from Sybaris himself. And then they all went to sleep as Terran walked around the ship, doing a little bit of patrol at night, trying to see if anybody was up to no good, just trying to keep an eye out for the rest of the crew. As they do have a member of the Boromar clan, or somebody that was associated with them, currently on their ship.
You mean Ro, right?
Yes.
No.
Inside check on roll.
And it feels like we're back at episode 1 again.
Some things never change.
But that is where we pick up this evening, with the crew all waking up in the morning as the ship continues its journey southwesterly towards the city of Sharn. The captain of the ship currently, Captain Rowe. What are you going to do for this fine, wondrous morning?
How close are we to Sharn?
So you are probably about another 6 days, you estimate away from the city of Towers.
So I'm at some point I'm gonna do the thing where I walk like with purpose around the ship, and like every time I run into a crew member, I'm like, how's it going? You got enough to eat?
Morning, Captain. Yep. Nope, we're doing good, Captain. Hopefully, we don't run into no more, ships and fireballs.
That I know how to handle. So we'll manage.
Hopefully.
Good on you, bud.
And go ahead and give me a quick insight check.
Halceris and Brandon are both chuckling so hard hearing this come through.
So an 18. Okay, so going around, you see that you kind of get the feeling that some of the crew almost seems to be questioning their choice to join you all. And kind of Taryn picked up on this the evening before when he was doing his rounds, that some of the crew seem to be a little worried that you've only been in the air for 3 days and you've already been set up on by Warforged and flown through a meteor shower, and they're starting to some of them seem to be wondering why they decided to come join you.
Okay, so I'm gonna call a full meeting on everyone on deck.
Captain.
right.
Yep.
Captain?
And I want you guys with me. Yeah? Okay.
I see Ro getting all kind of worked up, like, stand up straight, address them calmly, and I will.
Is it just gonna be us? Or are we talking like all the crew, or?
I want the whole crew out in front of me.
Okay.
I want you guys with me.
Okay, so as you do
So
that, the ship does come to a standstill because the pilot's got to come out too. Yeah, you now have all 20 members of your crew plus you guys all standing looking at you, Ro, expectantly.
I pat Ro on the back and cast Enhance Ability on Ro.
All right, which ability are you enhancing?
I'm giving her the Eagle Splendor, so she can advantage on charisma stuff. Because
Okay.
I feel like she's trying to do something. So. Get
Okay.
her back.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna roll my shoulders back and step out. Hi, guys. So, I know it's been a little bit of a wild few days, and most of you don't know us well enough to really give a shit about us enough to do this. Totally understand. You know what? It's a really scary world out there, and we're a little high profile, and it makes it scarier. But you know what? Everything we've done for the people we care about, and anyone that is after us because we protect the things that we love and that we care about. And being our crew, even if we don't know you very well, you're ours now. So even if stuff is coming at us from all sides all the time, we're gonna do everything we can to keep you safe if you get us to where we're going. And that's all we're asking of you, to be on our side. And if things get too much, if they get too scary and you don't think this is something you can handle, please talk to me. Extra ale for everybody today.
Give me a persuasion roll with advantage.
I don't know why I'm shaking like in real life. That's a 14, boss.
All right, so with a 14, as you finish and you say that especially that last line about everybody gets an extra mug of ale today, your whole crew just erupts in cheers and hails, and yeah, they seem pretty motivated after your little speech.
I'm gonna kind of like turn around like very stiffly and like sort of like you stiff knee walk back to my team and just like shake.
As you do that, the rest of you see this, but Richter comes up behind you and just slams his hand down on your shoulder. Like, good speech, Captain.
Thanks.
Good speech.
I don't really like public speaking.
Well, you should. Kind of got a knack for it. And he kind of walks away. Heading back to start. Now he's directing everybody back to their jobs as the
I'm
ship
just gonna like stumble
lurches
over
forward.
to somewhere to sit. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit somewhere. My knees are going like this.
All right, what are the rest of you all doing? We'll start with we'll start with Steel.
Okay. I am going to simply summon Cafe because I would like more coffee, and we'll kind of turn this into our own like little AA meeting for those who don't want to be on the ship anymore. Pass the coffee around. Hi, my name is Steele. I've been with this crew too long, and
Tell me about it.
Oh,
I see you.
Okay. Taryn,
Yes.
what are you doing while all this is going on?
While they're doing the AA meeting, or while Ro was giving the the speech.
So after the speech, because she asked that you were all there to kind of help stand
Mhm.
behind her.
Okay, so we're all together, right?
Yeah.
So I walk by a row and I just whisper, we have a few things to speak about. And then to the rest of the team, I say, so the rest of the team, I have a few ideas that I want to bring about and hear your opinions on.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you wish to elaborate or just, leave us in dark?
Yeah, exactly. Would you like to say
Well,
these?
you have my full attention. What was that?
That's not.
Is this like charades? Are you gonna?
No, it
act
wasn't.
out the? Oh, okay.
No. When we're finished addressing the crew, mate, we'll go into the quarters and we can discuss it.
I think that part's over.
Yeah.
No,
That
so-
part.
I'm just gonna-
that part's
okay, I
over.
thought this was during the
I'm like-
AA.
Oh no, I'm just passing coffee around. It's just.
Oh, okay. I thought that was
Mate,
all right. So
it's morning, and I'm just making sure that anybody who's like, feeling a little bit not excited about being a part of the crew is getting coffee.
Yeah. Well,
Regular crew is getting normal coffee. The disingenuous are getting like bourbon coffee kind of thing.
well, so you
From
do
our house.
notice
I've
You
got
do
the
notice
alchemy
that the
jug with me.
crew-
I can.
some of the crew that were starting to feel a little apprehensive about being there are perked up a little bit more just from the speech alone.
I want to
Well, I
make
got
a note
the
of
fix if you
those
want.
people.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to just a mental note of those exact persons for Tyrion. Yeah, I'd like to do that. But
It seems like Rose's speech did kind of help bring some of their spirits up. So
Does
mhm.
Tyrion have to do a group insight check?
no.
I'd do it. I'd do it too. No. So I guess when we're away from everyone,
Okay.
I just say, well, for one, I think this crew can. I'm not sure of their abilities and what they're capable of, but I think that this crew could use a bit of training. We're not always going to be here, so I want to feel comfortable with them being able to fend for themselves.
I mean, the ballista team did pretty good. I mean, had a tough time once we got boarded, but
Yeah, that's what I'm
okay.
concerned
I mean,
about.
that a fireball is kind of one of those things that's difficult to really do anything about, But
I understand where you're coming from, Tyrion. If I might, I believe when we disembark from the ship, perhaps the bulk of the danger will stay with us and not with these people. This threat is following us around. Speaking of, I'm going to approach Steel and say, Bush. I am unsure of how things truly go here, so now that we have a moment alone, and I'm going to use a 4th level spell and cast Servant of Doom on myself,
Okay.
and I attack the party. No.
Right.
The final.
La-
It's been 1 year. It's been brewing this
What?
whole time. No, so you see, similarly to before, the wings sort of apparate upon my back, and my scarring turns to more scaling, and my eyes glaze over and then kind of have this silver sheen to them. I'm going to use the form of the emissary,
Okay.
which gives me true sight. Do I notice anything in this room in the way of long-range reconnaissance? I believe we saw the phase spiders before, but any sort of like scrying sensors?
So looking around the room, once you activate this, you actually notice up in the corner one of those small orb-like eyes that you all saw within the hallways of the Creation Forge in Metro.
So then I will keep that to myself for a moment and then say, yes, I believe we talked about it on the deck about now we should turn our attention back to the Talenta Plains and just with my back to that center and a big wink wink. Just
Okay.
Just going along, I think that is the best. We all agreed on that is the new venture point, correct?
Yeah, I mean, we should maybe.
Agreed.
Give me a
Double back.
deception check.
Who are you winking at? I say that out
Straight
loud.
deception check, not with advantage anymore.
Ah!
I love it.
Okay. What's the deception?
Hold on.
Let's see.
Who gives deception? All of us or just
Just Talceris.
I nudge Echo as
So confused.
It's an 8.
Okay.
So
Do I get a sense that this is that he's trying to make a point?
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast the invisibility on myself.
Okay. As you do that, you also see that very similar, or almost looks like a camera lens, and this orb just sitting up in the corner.
I was able to shoot the ones before, but does this one look like it's not like those?
No, so it looks like that. It was like from what you're seeing with your spell, it looks like it's just invisible. It looks like it's on your plane. And that's actually easy enough. You shoot it because it's not mobile. And it just, you all see this thing materialize out of the air as it sparks and falls to the ground in the corner of the room.
damn it.
all right, a quick search of the ship, I believe.
Yes.
I'll look at steel.
Yeah.
Apologies, I will explain in the moment. This only lasts for so long, and I will.
No, I have the same thought, and I'll take bottom 2 decks. You take this deck, and we'll meet in the middle.
I go with Halceris.
Okay.
And like cool, because I'm not gonna waste the cool parts of this spell too. So I'm instead of running, I am flying like a foot off the ground, just like
Okay.
Can I skate? Can I skateboard Halceris?
No. So the problem with this is you're inside of a ship, so the ceilings are not that high. Like even a foot off the ground's probably too much for Halceris to do. You're talking maybe 1 or 2 inches, because you're not a small guy.
I am. The one time.
Yeah.
So I think too, I scare a lot of the crew.
Oh.
They've seen something like this before.
So they saw what happened when you pushed the one poor halfling over the side and flew down after him, but that was different wings. This time this is more of a dread creature than anything.
This is the more of the ethereal astral version of it.
Right.
But yeah, so I am just I make way and I pass through and I do as many checks around rooms as I can.
Yep. Go ahead. Each of you, Steele and Halceris, give me investigation checks with advantage, because I'm guessing everybody else is going with you, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely with Halceris to shoot down anyone he points out.
So that's a natural 20 for a total of 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm great at
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Can I use perception perhaps? Any chance?
Yeah. I'll let you do perception.
At advantage. Also,
Good
also
boy,
natural
Biscuit.
20 for a 28.
Hey,
Okay. Yeah,
this is an
as
anniversary.
it is. The nat 20s are coming out early. Good thing they're not for what's coming up later.
Our sensor sweep found something, Captain.
Yep. So going through the ship, very briefly, you actually find 5 other of these devices kind of scattered throughout the ship.
I shoot any of them that I see.
Yep. And you guys are able to, once you spot it, you're able to just take them down real quick.
I just tell Taryn which corners they're in as I'm moving around. So I'm just like flying room to room.
Yep.
Just
Could
top
I
left.
also attempt not to damage any of the like ocular devices, like the actual lenses,
Like the
or any
lenses?
of those? I just want to shoot it down so I can take the power core off. Whatever's powering it, I want to destroy.
Okay.
that.
So when you look at one of them, you're not actually finding an actual power core in it. It's almost like it's a living creature, like a warforge itself. There's no central crystal or anything like that. You're able to get the lenses off of them.
Well, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm also going to steal from the deep magic.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm going to use the, hold on, I gotta get the spell list here.
Deep magic.
Burp, 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 burp. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Trying to see which
It
one
was, I literally just saw it.
Suspense.
I know it's so bad. I'm
Your
sorry.
anticipation.
Analyze. I'm going to use analyze device.
Ooh.
Interesting. Okay, let me look that one up here because I am not familiar with that one.
So
Ooh.
it'll take me an hour. I'm going to spend an hour. After I've knocked them all, I've knocked them all out. I'm going to use analyze device to determine all of the properties and mechanisms and functions of a single construct or clockwork device, including how
Okay.
to activate or deactivate those devices.
Okay, so this is almost like a identify spell,
But for
for
gadgets.
for tinkerers and gadgeters, yeah.
okay, interesting. All right, so you go through and start doing that. What are the rest of you doing while this is going on?
That's after we shot down everything, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
As I'm going to pick up the pieces and bring them back to the quarters. But as I go, as we're flying through and everything, do any of the crew seem particularly like, I don't know, like dashed that we have found these things, or like not as surprised?
Okay. Yep. Give me insight.
Can I assist them trying to find that?
Sorry.
out?
Yeah, because you and your very suspicious nature would be looking for that.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a natural 19, so 27.
Yeah. So the crew, every crew member you see seems shocked when you shoot these things out of thin air, supposedly. A lot of them, especially with you, Outstairs, they seem shocked that you're kind of floating around the ship. Taryn behind you, just shooting stuff out of thin air. Echo, what are you doing as all this is going on?
Well, I was going to talk to Halcers, but he seems occupied, so I'll disturb him later.
Okay.
Probably just go hang out with Ro.
Okay.
Oh, I'll walk up to her and be like, Captain?
I'm like chug 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 chug.
That was
don't-
that was a really good speech you gave.
Yeah, it's occurring to me that we're now responsible for all of these people's lives. Me, I'm responsible. I'm the fucking captain. That's the captain.
Well, they signed up for it, so I think they know what what they're on board for. No pun intended. Pun kind intended.
I guess, but it still feels like an obligation to the crew. You know, I don't know that I'm strong enough to do that, but sure gotta try.
I think you're underestimating your powers.
Well, at least we've got some of those going.
Well, I wasn't talking about I meant like your powers as Ro. Just, you know, you can inspire people. You've inspired me plenty. They finally got a taste of it.
Yeah, makes me feel like I gotta get my stuff together, you know?
Yeah. We'll figure that out later.
What if there isn't a later?
Why do you think there won't be a later?
Sharn is my home, and part of me can't wait to see it, and the other part of me wonders if it's gonna be the last thing I see. I don't know
like that.
Yeah, what? Am I just supposed to think like that and not say it then?
No, you gotta have more hope. The whole point of this is that we're returning to your home to figure things out. You gotta stay positive.
But I don't even know what I'm hoping for. How can I be positive? I don't even know what direction I want things to go in. I don't even know what positive is.
I'm not good at giving speeches like you are, so this is tough for me to do.
I don't need a speech. You have to give me a speech.
Well, I mean, just catching me off guard.
Oh, are feelings catching you off guard, Echo?
Not feelings, just I mean, okay, well, we can break it down. What are you hoping? You don't want to use hope, you don't want to stay positive. What are you looking for when we get to Sharn?
Furious revenge.
As you say that, you feel just a surge of power go through your mark all the way up your arm.
Do I notice any like change in her like demeanor when that happens?
No, because it doesn't really hurt or anything, so you're not like twitchy. You just kind of feel almost the energy in come from your mark.
Okay, so you want furious revenge. You can take optimism from that. You can put that in a positive spin. You will have your furious revenge.
I see what you're saying, but these things feel a little incongruous.
It's all about perspective.
The part of me that wants revenge is different than the part of me that wants my family back.
You can find hope in that too.
Yeah, but I don't think I can have both of those things.
Well, no, unless you try.
Yeah, it just feels like I have to figure out what's more important to me first.
I just don't think you should overthink things, you know, just let them happen and you'll find a way to figure things out. Just don't crowd your mind with all this confusion.
Yeah, well, it's hard to do that when I'm not doing anything. I just think about how much better this world would be if I killed him.
Just focus on that for now, I guess. Kind of like, I guess like I'm not used to her saying these kind of harsh things. So I'm a little taken back, but focus on that for now. And once we reach there, we can figure out a way for you to get your furious revenge. We'll support you no matter what.
Aye, Captain Junior.
Junior Captain.
Kind of stiff and like walk away. Like, this is so strange.
Yeah, Ro's just gonna sit a little straighter and just like pensively sip ale.
Okay. So odds are you guys wouldn't have had much ale on ship, by the way.
Something. Even just like
Um,
swill.
Well, so typically rum. So
Cool, rum's
rum
great.
actually. So especially like long sea voyages or in Eberron long air voyages, rum keeps a lot better than ale or any other kind of liquor.
Does that mean we've got grog on board?
Maybe.
Keeping that water?
Maybe.
Love me some grog.
All right. So Steel, at the conclusion of your spell, going through.
All for McGrog. Oh, sorry. Yes.
Give me an Arcana check real quick. Cannot hear you.
No, it's all right. I
Okay.
had to mute because I had dogs barking.
Oh,
Bad
oh,
biscuit.
yeah.
Biscuit's trying to help.
26.
Okay. So at the conclusion of your spell, you looking at these different devices, they almost, you get the sense that they're a sentient thing, but they're not like a humanoid or a normal construct. And you think back to some of the stuff that you encountered at the towards the beginning of your adventures with this group, where you encountered living spells on the plains of Brelin. Like you had the living chaos bolts and the burning hands that you all encountered. And looking at it and just thinking back to some of the spells you dealt with before, this almost seems like they're a constructed embodiment of a arcane eye spell.
So, would I get any idea of how I could reconstruct or make my own version of this?
No. So, the concept of living spells is something that did not exist in Eberron until the Day of Mourning, when people started noticing these various things. And even the ones that you encountered were the first ones that you had ever actually seen or heard of.
No, I understand. I'm just trying to.
Yeah.
I'm based on using this spell. I'm trying to reverse engineer
Right.
how that works.
And at the moment, it's until you can kind of figure out how to create your own living spell and infuse it into some sort of construct, you're not going to be able to recreate one of these.
Hey, imagine though, like bringing in our pile of, sensors.
Yep.
I imagine the constructed nature of these is an indicator of your former teacher.
I mean, not based on what I have here. I don't know anything about these, apparently. They're not made from any sort of traditional construct. There's less tinkering involved here and more wild magic than anything that I'm aware of. I'm sure that it's I'm sure that it's a technique that he's developed, but not in the time that I knew him. Like I said, that's not even the same person at this stage.
Of course.
Whatever he thought he was, whatever he thinks our connection is, it doesn't exist. It's not real. It's an echo. It's a shadow. Not even the same person.
I'm sorry you are plagued with this. I might have a way for us to proceed a little less noticed. If you would assist me, I need gem dust of a diamond, about 25 gold's worth. I believe we have some gems in one of the bags.
Yeah, I have some gems. I mean, we should have what we need in there, I think.
It will not last forever, but I can make you undetectable by all magical means. I do not wish to put forward, but with no guilt to you, I believe he would have the closest relation to you. And so his ability to scry or perhaps see from a great distance might be more focused on you than any of us in particular. I'm sorry. My
No,
ears are
yeah.
dragon ears.
I would imagine you're right. I don't. He knows me directly. I don't know how that might affect his ability to see you guys or not, but if you have the ability to do that, perhaps we can find a way to make it enchantable.
Of course. Yeah. And then I'll spend a little bit of time. Actually, I can give myself, if you lend me your tools, if you are working on that, I can grab my new holy symbol, touch the gems in my ring on the back, and give myself proficiency in jeweler's tools to break down a diamond.
Okay.
My
Sure,
own self.
and I'll spend a little time here and I'll produce some extra tools for you.
Okay. I'm gonna say go ahead, give me intelligence plus your proficiency for breaking down that diamond.
Let me double check.
While that's happening, can I go talk to Ro?
Yeah, Rose seems to be very popular today.
Yeah, very popular.
Gavin.
Where do I find the captain?
I'm still sitting in the same spot.
I got the crit on
All
that
right.
one.
Nat 20 again.
Do I make 30 gold pieces worth of gem dust out?
No, but you do, however, just an impeccable job.
You know, you're a lot better at that than Tyrion is.
I did not say that so he can hear, but yeah, you know.
Well,
I
we're
pair out the
at
shadows.
this point. At this point, I took all this down to my lair.
Yep. Yeah, your
So-
little workshop you got set up on the
Yeah.
ship. Yep. All right, Taryn, you found Ro just sitting there sipping her rum.
I walk up, grab a seat. I grab a chair and like spin it and sit on it. So I'm like leaning on the back of it.
So
Is
you
it
got
Captain?
attention.
Such a descriptive, way
Yeah.
to sit. I love it.
Captain.
Yes. Subordinate.
Ooh.
I'll allow that one. It's fine. Yes, I am your subordinate as I look around, make sure no one is, paying attention to this conversation. So-
The only other ones that might be around may be Echo if you're sticking around.
Yeah, I mean, House Nurse is still kind of busy, so I'm just looking.
Echo?
Is there milk?
No, just rum.
Yeah, no, there's a
No,
little
there's
bit
milk.
Where's
of
all the milk gone?
no, there's a little bit of
There's
milk.
milk.
There's a little bit of
I'm
milk.
just sipping on some milk.
So yeah, so Echo's still there.
That's fine. Can't hide everything from the younger ones for forever.
No secrets.
Yeah, no secrets. So, Captain, we're headed to Sean. What are your plans?
Kill the bastard.
Well, that was more to the point than I thought it would be.
I just figured that
Mm,
out like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm
so.
somewhat off put by by how forthwith you are with it. Well, kill the bastard. And how do you plan to accomplish this?
Nope, that's as far as I got.
That's as far as you.
Yeah, nope, I got nothing. I know where he lives. Or where he.
Does that happen
Oh,
in
that's
character?
I think it has to at that point.
Come on,
Yikes.
come on. Just
Sorry, ramen.
Isn't it tight?
cover your mouth.
I did.
Just
I did.
not very well.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, the cloud spray hit you with the. Anyway.
That's right.
I'm upset I wasn't wearing my mask, but it's fine.
I know where he lived and where he works. It's basically where he lives. But I don't know what's changed since I've left. And I don't know if they live in our house still. Maybe that's something else that I want to do. I don't know. What was your question? What did you want?
I feel that you've given me the answer. Just wanted to know what your plans were for Sean, but now that I know. And I'll do a quick glance at Echo.
Okay.
And I take out one of the tokens I have, and I slide it across the table to Ro. I have a few things that I want to look after in Sean. When you're ready, just give me a call.
Ready to okay, you say plan, like I gave you a plan that I'd had, and
You have no plan.
I have no plan.
Not one bit.
No,
But I'm
no.
sure you'll probably think of half of one later. And when you
That
do,
seems generous.
yes, I was being very generous.
So kind of you. Yeah,
Aren't I? So kind.
so kind.
And when you have this half a plan, you give me a call and we'll take care of it.
How do I use this?
Well, not like that. And I explained to Ro how you use it, you know.
She wasn't listening any of the other times.
Yeah. Ro, seeing how you are the captain,
Oh God.
I need you to give me a D6, please.
Okay. I know how to do that.
Just
I can.
But I want it back.
Yeah, I do want it back.
That's one.
okay.
Is that good?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So as you are having this conversation, you all hear a loud crash of thunder outside the ship.
Storm here. I don't know. Everyone heard that, right? We all know.
Oh yeah, no,
you-
everybody heard it.
Yeah. Well,
We're on
make a call.
we're on the deck and we heard someone yell "storm" here.
Yep.
Yeah. Before we run out, really quick, can I see the necklace that Alana gave you?
Here.
And
I'm
didn't
just
want you
like-
to
I'm not
take it
gonna
off.
let go. I'm gonna
Oh,
hold it
I
up.
just wanted to take a peek of it so I could get a mental image of it and say, all right, off you go. Be a captain.
Have you
Just need-
talked
I just-
to her?
Since no, I was planning to go there now, but there's a storm we have to take care of.
You know, so funny. I think
sounds like
the
they're
crowd-
pushing things.
Not at all.
I think the
There's
crew
a-
can handle the
Yeah.
storm. If she doesn't seem too busy, Echo's right. I think you should just do that.
Yeah.
Or do you want me to ask her to come up?
No, you
I
don't
could
need
get
to.
her for you.
No, I could. Yeah, we could just. Echo can go get her right now. You can have her conversation right here.
Do not need to do that. It's fine. It's
I
wonderful.
mean, we've braved through some enemies. I think now is a better time. If not now, then when?
At this point,
Once
you-
we land, things are gonna get busier. You know.
at this
Just,
point,
Well-
you all start to hear like heavy raindrops striking the
Yeah,
side of the ship.
I'll talk to her after we take care of this. All
Take care
hands
of it.
on
It's
deck.
weather.
Cap. Okay, you know what?
it adds nice
You know what?
ambiance
Hey,
to your
hey.
conversation.
Hey, you know what? Fine. It's okay. I'll go talk to her right now.
Good.
We've spoken. Can I do a check on the necklace, please?
What
Do
are
I
you looking
recognize the
for?
necklace? Do I recognize the necklace?
Yes, it was worn by Sarah, Olana's mother, when you met her back in the was it the jungle of scimitars?
Scimitars, yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, yes.
It looks to be
sorry.
the exact same necklace.
The exact same one.
hmm
And the importance of that is
Judging from what you can see, it looks like it was passed down from her mom to her. And for some
Okay.
reason, she gave it to Ro.
all right. Okay. Well, yeah. All right. So you'll be captain. Go away. I'll take care of my own problems. Thank you.
Have fun. Good luck. Be honest.
Aren't I always?
Hmm. Maybe drink
Funny.
first.
I'm fine. All's well.
Okay.
And I gotta want to put words in Steele's mouth, but as a Midwest dad type, I'm imagining we're up looking at the rain, probably standing in a door opening, right?
Yeah.
Mhm,
So
yeah.
Like we went up right away. Like
Oh, yeah,
guys
that's
were
a
just down
story.
doing stuff.
There's a tornado coming. Oh, right. Okay.
Yep.
Batten down the
Story.
hatches and then let's all go right up on the deck.
Yep.
Oh.
And so you guys look, and as you get up to the deck and you open the door, you look, and this storm just looks like it goes for miles and miles on both sides. There's no way that you guys were going to go around this. So Lorraine, who was piloting the ship at the time, just flew straight into it. And the rain's coming down kind of hard. Thunder keeps crashing around you. At one point, a bolt of lightning actually strikes the deck of your ship, but doesn't seem to actually do anything. to it.
God.
Well, this isn't as worse as I thought it would have. It isn't as bad as I thought it would have been.
It does
This
slow
is
your
fine.
travel down a little bit, but
Eh.
I
Thought you needed help.
Rickard has called for all hands to be below decks.
all hands
Turbulency.
that are required to, yeah, if they're not required to be on deck,
Yep.
he's got
and
them
then
down below.
all that are on deck are secured with mooring lines.
yeah,
Base of
yeah,
command. Okay.
yeah, and it's after about 3 hours of just this really heavy storm. Any of you that go up on deck, you're just drenched. It starts to clear up a bit. All right, Captain. I think we made it through.
Yeah, thanks. Good job.
All right, and the rest of this day actually goes by fairly uneventful, as does the next day, as you guys are proceeding closer and closer to Sharn. So for the next couple days, what is it that you all wish to do over the next couple of days of travel here?
I have a lot of tinkering to do.
Okay.
I would like to at least attempt to finish. I would like to do some alterations to Biscuit, which we
Okay.
talked about. So
Yep.
I'm gonna spend my time working on that and taking apart the rest of the Warforged that we came across, doing a little bit of research. And I might also spend one of those same spells just to get some more information on kind of the add-on functions that have been added to some of these Warforged.
Okay. Yeah. And using that spell, you get the understanding of the workings and stuff like that of the little glider wings that they had on them. And the way those glider wings work is that once they're out, it gives the user a flying speed equal to their walking speed. However, it is only can be used to descend. So they actually have to be lowering in altitude. However, if they do it for one full round of movement, their next round of movement, they can go 1/3 of their movement speed ascending. As if they kind of go down and zip up
They
a little
can
bit.
they can catch a
Yeah,
catch
they
a
can catch.
thermal. Yeah.
Yep. And so you start working on trying to figure out how you can implement that concept with Biscuit as well. So go ahead, just give me a generalized tinker check. So intelligence, proficiency, and I'm going to give you advantage because you're doing this over a couple of days. Cannot hear you.
That was intentional. I'm just talking to myself.
Okay.
It was an 18 plus. Let's see, it'd be, where'd that go?
So
Okay, so
+6.
it'd be it'd be a 25 because it's
Okay.
plus 4. It's because I have the headband now.
Oh, right, yep.
My
That's right.
my int went up.
That's right. Yep.
And yeah, that's right. Okay. Yep. So
Okay.
25, 20.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, so
23.
you make some pretty good progress on it. It's going to take you a little bit longer to really fully get it incorporated, but you make some pretty good progress over these couple of days. Let's see. Echo, what are you doing over these couple of days?
Is House Air still very busy?
No, you can find over this couple of days. You can easily find it a moment to.
Cool. Was he when we had the big fight? Was he? Did he see what happened with the me turning big?
Yes.
Okay.
He could kind of see it through the. Even though he was focused on piloting, he was able to still see
Like,
out
kind
that
of
way.
Just see
Yeah.
it occasionally. All right. So I'm going to approach him and yeah, just. So I can.
Bless you.
I didn't
And
know. Sorry.
Ro is drinking that rum again. She makes her sneeze every time.
I can turn into a bigger version of myself, and I don't know how that happened. Do you have any idea? And I don't know if I can do it again. It just happened.
I am unsure. I don't have a lot of experience with. Is it something shifters are known to do?
Not that I know of. How do I know any shifters that can do that?
No.
No.
I will.
I mean, you know some shifters, like some of their when they shift, they get a little bigger, but not like what you did, where you got like twice your size.
Sure. I mean, does it feel like in affliction, or did it feel arcane nature?
DM, what did it?
It almost felt like it was just something you could, like you sensed the sort of power came through you.
It's like an energy.
Yeah, it wasn't really you're not familiar with arcane because being a barbarian, that's just not.
I think I would ask: is it when you become? Did it feel similar to this, or did it feel different to this?
It felt different when I changed. That feels more like an adrenaline rush. Like my body just morphs. Like I don't have. I mean, I have control over it, but it's like just an influx of emotions and adrenaline. This felt something different. I don't know. I've never felt it before.
Let me do a few tests, and then DM, if I can, I'll take over the. I know we have a surgeon on board, but I will just take their office, and I'll do a batch of medicine and history checks. Have I ever heard of I know of magic that causes growth
Right.
and shrinking and things like this, but have I heard of anything happening outside of the spell?
So, go ahead, give me a history.
I will, knowing this is important, I will enhance my own ability while I'm doing this for an hour. Let's see. Advantage 21. 2 13s. How lucky am I?
So, the 21, you try to think back to any of this, like any books you've gone through and stuff like that, and you're not really recalling anything. And then looking over echo medically, you're not finding anything abnormal that wasn't there before.
Can I surmise? I am a fairly clever person. Can I possibly connect 2 and 2 together with a book with giant runes in it that I could not read, but had a special connection with Echo? Could possibly be an outside contributing force?
Very vague concept, because you not being able to read, you don't know what was actually in it.
Of course. More so the fact that I have spent an hour medically and in my own like mind palace going through and checking off all the other boxes.
Yep.
So this is the Sherlock Holmes, whatever remains, however fantastical must be the truth.
Yeah, however improbable must be
fantastical, because we are in D&D. Okay, leave me alone.
So you're thinking of but the one thing that stands out with you on that is it's also got a connection with Tavern, and Tavern has not exhibited this.
Okay. I come back into the room full doctor's office style with clipboard. Well, all the tests come back. Thank you for waiting. Here is lollipop. It appears nothing to be wrong physically. As far as I am aware, I can't say I have done much extensive research into this sort of phenomenon, but it may have. The only thing I can think is it may have something to do with that book that you and Taryn seem to be the only ones to read.
Did that book mention anything about me by chance?
Give me a history. Give me a history check.
Oh boy. Oh, that is a natural 20.
Well, the anniversary, baby.
Okay, anniversary.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shard must know what's going on here. So, with a 20 and a natural one at that, you actually, now that Halceres mentions the book, you recall reading a portion of the book when it was talking about runes and this and that, about being able to modify one's body in a way to make yourself almost double in size, to be more like the giants who wrote this. And then as you think about it, you start to almost feel that surge of energy and power kind of start to flow through you.
Does it happen again in the surgeon's room?
So it will happen again if you wish it to happen again.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking about it, and I think
right. But you're thinking, now that you're thinking about it, you almost feel like you have some form of control over it.
So I want to convey to him that it's, I think I remember reading about something in the book. You can't read it at all.
I could tell that it was
Even you
runic
don't have any
in
spell
nature.
that you can read it with. Nothing.
I tried. I'm sorry.
No, it's not like that. I mean, you're loads smarter than I am. I just figured having your insight on it would be best. That's all. I mean, I don't mean to make you feel bad.
I am only smarter for I am a little bit more around the bend than you are. You will catch up to me in time, I think. But as far as this goes, no, the sigils appear to be some sort of. I am unfamiliar with the magic. I am aware Civis uses encryption magic of certain types, but this seems to be something older than this. So.
Well, there was some part in it that said that I guess giants could transform themselves. Am I saying it right, DM? Or they could transform themselves.
They could make themselves
they could make
larger.
themselves larger. But it didn't say how to do that, and I don't understand how this energy works. And
do you remember what it felt like? Like you're shifting? Is it something you can recall?
Totally different. I mean, and I guess I start to feel like tingles. And
you're so as you talk about it more, you're feeling that power within you, almost asking for you to call upon it.
It's like in my throat. It's right there, and I feel like if I let go, I don't want to.
What are you talking about?
I'm gonna get overwhelmed. I'm just gonna go.
All right, and you just Echo just
I'm like
enlarges right there in front of you.
See? I mean, it's cool, but I don't want it to happen when I don't expect it to.
Yes, no, this seems like appropriate worry to have. Because
how do I go back?
I think I've gone down. It's just like beating the tables.
So
I'm getting claustrophobic.
As you're saying that, you shrink back down.
I don't know. I did that.
We have more time. I put a hand on Echo's shoulder. We have plenty of time until we arrive at our location. It seems like something that will come with practice. Yeah?
Yeah, this is also strange, you know?
Yeah,
I mean, how this is happening, and even with all this, the book, it makes no sense to me. I don't understand why. I don't understand my relation to it. I haven't had the chance to talk to my parents about it either. So this is. Thank you for being there.
We are all in a position of change right now, and you'll see my eyes, like see yours, and then like the slit, like silver slit in my eye also cues up. Like, it is important to have family through these sorts of situations, huh?
Mm-hmm. You're how are your wings treating you?
Still trying to figure it out. It is freeing, but it is it's like having an appendage you'd never had before. So I believe also perhaps practice is best key.
We can practice together.
This I would like.
That's our conversation.
Okay. Taryn, what are you doing during these couple of days?
It's a split between a bunch of things. One, I want to be with Steele in the workshop as much as my time allows. I'd like to the team. I'd like to bring up to everyone. I've been reading the book, and I've seen a few writings about fighting styles, and the last dream that I had didn't end how I'd like. So what I'm doing is I want to train myself to be able to fight when I can't see. And with that, I like everyone's help. If your time would allow the assistance.
Like you need a blindfold or something?
Yes, exactly, precisely. That's exactly it. I'm going to blindfold myself, and I'd like, for
If you'd like, Biscuit can be your sparring partner for a bit.
whoever, anyone that has the time to assist.
I look at everyone real closely. It's like, okay, hold on. No one overreact, but this is a free chance to just beat the crap out of Tyrion. Just like trying to like convey that through
Wait,
eyes.
are you only offering it to our group?
No.
Or are you offering it
Could
to
you-
the whole?
Would you just give it to rest? Echo.
What?
Let's give it a rest. It's fine. You'll be taken care of.
Lana.
You'll be taken care of.
I mean, if you spar with her, you can talk with her.
Echo,
I know. It's okay. That's okay.
Okay, but can I hit him? Can I hit him? Can I hit you? Come on.
Okay.
Put the blindfold on. Put the blindfold on. Let's see.
Put it on.
Perhaps
I-
down in the steerage.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I put the blindfold on.
Do you want rapier? Do you want whip? Do you want weird magic fire? Go ahead, give me something. What do you want? I'll hit you.
Any and
Like,
everything.
I'm like following down the stairs. Like, what do you want? What do you want?
If a sparring gym is what we need, you guys know that we have a completely unspoken for cabin across the other side of the top decks.
Yes.
Possible.
Yeah, we can.
But perhaps if this is to be a chance for us all to do a little bit of training, perhaps a little more headroom would be useful, no? I'll look at Echo.
Yeah, we can go on the deck too, right? That's the other place that we could spar.
I mean, you could also use part of the cargo bay that you have towards the bottom if you don't have a lot
That's
of
what
cargo.
I have been. That's what I have been
Well,
meaning is the.
Yeah, well, the part of the problem is we have a pretty big crew for a ship this size, so a lot of them have hammocks and stuff down there, but we can make it work.
I mean, yeah, for now, yeah, we can use the unoccupied space on the top decks to create something more long term, but I mean, for now, this should work fine.
All
Okay.
right.
So you guys find a nice good area to do your sparring in, and you not only do you guys use yourselves for this, but you bring some of the crew in here and there as well.
Did Olana come?
Oh, absolutely.
Wonderful. I was gonna give a call anyway.
Oh yeah. Any chance for her to hit you, she jumps at.
Wonderful. I'm glad you said that. That would come in handy a bit later after this. All right, let's get down to business.
Okay. So
Was not
this is
gonna
what
say
I'm
it.
gonna do.
It was there. I did it purposefully.
So Ro and Taryn, the way we're gonna do this little spar is there's gonna be contested attack rolls. All right. So Ro, you're gonna roll attack with advantage. Taryn, you're gonna roll attack with disadvantage. And you're each gonna do it twice. We'll see how it comes out.
I just want to say this starts out. I'm just in the middle,
Mhm.
in the kneeling positions, blindfolded, and just ready and waiting.
Okay.
He said, "Oh yeah, contested attacks." All
Yeah,
right.
so you're gonna make attack rolls, but it's gonna be contested. So Ro is rolling with advantage. Taryn is
And I'm
rolling with
disadvantage.
disadvantage. Yep.
All
All
right.
right. Should we do it? Should I roll? Should I roll?
Yeah,
Yes,
roll.
yep,
You
roll
first.
'em
You
up.
first.
All right. That is 22 to hit.
Okay.
All right. Let's see.
Good.
11.
Good.
Okay, so Taryn, you kneel down. You kneel down. You got the blindfold on. You're waiting, and before
I
you
also-
even go to
I
jump
want
up,
to specify that I hit him with the flat of the blade,
yes,
obviously.
yes, yeah, no, absolutely.
Ah,
Before you
Weak.
even get a chance to
Like a
jump
big
up, you get smacked right upside the head by the flat part of Rose Rapier.
Well, that'll take a bit getting used to. Ah,
Try
All right.
blocking.
yeah, as soon as I figure out where you are.
Well,
I'm
as
dead.
soon as you say that, you feel something hit you on the other side of the head as you get the flat of Alana's sword right upside the other side of your head.
Welcome to the party. Ah,
Hey, this is fun.
I know it's kind of
Yeah.
like a pinata.
And this goes on
Pinata's
throughout all your
blindfolded.
training sessions over the next couple of days.
Periodically,
Oh.
Biscuit gets like is like wagging and looking at you guys like when can like just waiting for somebody to give him the go ahead to bite.
At the mention
Go
of
get him, Biscuit,
At the
go get
mention
him.
of pinata, because since Hal and I were talking, Hal Saris and I were talking about training ourselves. I feel the energy surge in my throat, and I kind of grow, and I actually just pick up Tyrion with his blindfold by his
Yeah,
scruff. of
At
his-
one point, Taryn, you just feel you just get lifted up from the back of you by a large hand.
I know you're all having your fun.
You
but
kind
this
of
is
asked
for
this.
the-
You
this
kind of
is
asked for
kinda-
this, you know.
This kind of is for the betterment of my combat. So I greatly appreciate if you take it a bit more serious. Thank you.
All right. So all of
I'm
this
gonna, I'm
goes
gonna
on.
drop you now. Are you gonna do a really cool landing?
Probably not.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Can I do a really cool landing? Can I roll for it?
I will let you roll acrobatics.
Yay.
You know how high you are, though? Is that like
Nope.
a disadvantage?
Oh, this is the fun part.
No, so this is basically okay. Yeah, no, you land. Okay. There's no superhero landing, but
Well,
We'll have to practice that.
yes. We'll
so
have
at
to
this
practice
point,
that.
Ro, you hear coming over through the intertubing of the ship. Captain, we got a few ships approaching.
Oh, goody. Halceris, I'm taking you with me.
Hi, Captain.
I take off the blindfold and I was like, maybe you all should follow.
Or you
Follow
should
the
put
captain.
that back on and get your ass beat some more.
Maybe you should all follow the captain.
And I head up to see what's up.
Okay.
But
So-
I want Alana to stay though. If everyone follows, I don't know. I just want to talk to Alana.
Okay. So we will actually go ahead and get into that conversation as soon as we come back from a break. So we're going to take a short break here, go ahead, refill our waters before we move into this conversation with Alana and find out what's going on with these 3 approaching ships. Before we go out, go ahead and remind everybody about our little giveaway we got going on this evening. And we just got a raid.
Raiders.
Awesome. Mike Rocker 68. Thank you for the raid. Awesome. Good to have you all here briefly as we're going to let you know real quick about what we're giving away this evening. So Ro, what you got for us?
Hi, yeah, it's me.
Yes.
I was like, wee. So don't forget, we're giving a set of 1985 games, new VHS dice from the latest Kickstarter. Check them out at 1985games.com. The dice are super cool. Type exclamation point 1985. Notice in chat that the raffle is live. You have to be a follower to enter, and you have to be present in chat for staff to contact you to win. So we'll continue to take entries until the end of the stream until we pick a winner.
Yeah, and again, they're very nice looking dice set. You can actually check out, some of us posted some pictures on Twitter a little while ago before the show, but we're going to get back and to find out what's going on with these approaching vessels in just a few short minutes. All right, and welcome back, everyone. Right before we took off on our break, the crew was having a little training session with Tavern down below decks, trying to help him learn how to fight blind, as he had a dream a while back where he was accosted by 20 to 30 drow who, after he got enveloped in a globe of darkness. During the training session, throughout the intercom system of the ship, through the tubing and stuff going throughout the hull, they got word that 3 vessels were approaching them from the southwest. So most of the crew went up to go see what was going on, but Tavern decided to stay back to try to have another awkward moment with his estranged daughter, Olana. Olana
Not
looks at
be
you.
awkward.
I'm
Only
I'm
awkward
hoping
to make
it's
it
not
awkward.
awkward.
Olana looks at you, said, what do you want? Shouldn't we be, heading upstairs?
Yeah, in a minute. We're going. We're gonna follow the others shortly. I just had a few things I wanted to tell you.
Oh, okay.
First things first. I want you to shadow me on the ship. Wow. For while we're on the ship.
Okay, you want me to shadow you?
Yes.
To what end?
I said, I want you to learn. I want to teach you a few tricks of the trade.
Okay. So you're trying to be a father?
If you choose to look at it that way.
All right, and what else?
And I also have, now's not the time, but when we're finished with this predicament, I have a few things about the past that I need you to know about.
Okay. Now's obviously not the time for that, as you said.
No, it's not. I just wanted you to know that as things that I need you to know. I want you to know that things that you need to know.
Well, just so you know, I'm not looking to kill you now. Not anymore. Or at least not for a while.
That's a relief, I suppose. All right. Come on, let's go see what all the ruckus is about.
Well, like you said, I'm your shadow now, right?
Yeah.
And she falls right in step behind you.
And we head upstairs.
Okay. So as the rest of you all get upstairs to the top deck, you look out and you see 3 ships. From this vantage point, it looks, in this distance, it looks like these ships are maybe about twice the size of your own.
All right,
As you see-
I coughed while you said it. Could you twice the size of what?
So each of these 3 ships that seem to be approaching you all seem to be about twice the size of yours. And they are slowly heading straight towards you. They're currently about a mile out from you.
Hey, Lorraine,
Yep.
they're pretty big. That means we're faster, right?
Yeah, possibly.
You think we could outrun them?
We could try if that's what your orders are, Captain.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm just. I mean, like we all know I don't know jack shit about airships, right? I'm just trying to get the information.
Yep.
Captain, perhaps we could try to identify them first.
That's what I was
Rickard,
thinking.
do you have your spyglass?
Yeah. Yep. Got it right here.
Can I see? So huge ship.
Yep.
In comparison, and three of them. I feel like Halceris might know make and models of these kinds of things, and then so do I. I'll look and do I notice any particular markings of?
So, yes. So looking at them with the spyglass, you're able to kind of make out a little bit better. These are 3 airborne warships. And you do see that they are all flying the colors of Breland. The one in the center also seems to be flying what looks like a white flag, indicating that they want to parlay or have a conversation at least.
Do I know? Did Breland have warships, air warships?
So
During the war?
they did have a small contingent of ships during the war, towards the end of the war. House Cannith, being a dragon marked house, did not owe allegiance to any nation.
Mhm.
And so therefore they had no problem making these ships for any of the different countries throughout Corvair.
Sure. They appear to be waving the white flag, Captain. They are dreadnought class fighters, though, so perhaps caution, but optimistic caution.
What are your orders, Captain?
Yeah, let's go. Let's get a little, let them get closer, see what they're about. And if they're looking menacing, we hightail it out of there.
Okay. So as you wait for these ships to approach closer, you see the 2 ships on the outside start to slow down and almost turn to where what you can see now looks to be maybe 10 cannons on the side of each ship. So where the sides of the ships are almost facing you. But they don't seem, yeah.
Go ahead.
I was like, they don't seem to be doing this aggressively. It's almost as if they're kind of pulling like an overwatch on you almost, as the center ship does continue to approach yours.
So at some point during, like, as we're approaching, I'll kind of give an order of some sort for the crew to be like prepared to like hold on tight, like at any moment, to everyone to be ready for us to just blast out of there.
Okay.
Could I confer with Steele real quick and
Yes.
like passing him the spyglass? What he thinks the firing range of those cannons might be?
I'll take a look.
So you kind of estimate that the cannons probably have a bit more range than your ballistas do, and they most definitely hit a lot harder than your ballistas do.
Of course, but I'm wondering about could we figure out an approximate range? Because I imagine I've seen this sort of battleship before. Would I have, it's like aftermarket add-ons to your ship, so
Yep.
I might have any.
Yep. No, let me pull that information up because I actually do have that readily available here. So yeah, so you do know, especially because you have more experience with these, that your typical cannon used on these has a normal range of 600 feet and a long range of about 2,400 feet. So you guys, between the 2 of you and some of your memory of it, you do know that they have a significant range on these. And as the center ship continues to approach more, you see kind of standing center of the ship you see an individual wearing some long flowing robes, kind of has the powdered wig of like you would see on the old British Parliament, standing towards the side of the ship, on the side of the ship that seems to be trying to pull up next to you, kind of with his hand raised, almost signaling you to basically kill your engines.
All right, let's see what they want, peeps.
I tell Lorraine to, sort of kill the engines, but have her hand on the ignition switch if things go south.
Okay. All right. So the ships come up side by side, and you see him standing there, and a couple armed soldiers on there. All seem to be mostly humans, a few elves, a couple dwarves, some halflings in there. But a couple of them bring over a little plank to kind of put down in between the two ships. And he looks out. Who's your captain? May I board your vessel, Captain?
You and one other can board.
Very well. And he starts to step across, and you see one of the soldiers kind of steps up behind him.
All right, fam. Let's welcome our guest.
All right, he comes right up to you, Ro, and he bows. My name is Inquisitor Vince Renma of Breland. And who might you be, Captain?
I am Captain Dev, and this here is my crew.
Very, very nice to meet you, Captain Dev. I am not familiar with you or your vessel.
We are very, very new to the skies.
I see. Would you happen to have your papers available?
Sure. I'll have someone fetch them.
Okay.
Can I do insight? I would know air traffic control bylaws and everything. So is this a normal request, or is this some sort of tomfoolery?
So this is a normal request for Breland.
Okay.
Especially during the war, they did start to patrol their borders and try to control who was within their airspace, we'll say. You do know, however, that your current ship, as it was designed by the Warforged and used to invade the 12, you have no papers.
So about those papers.
We are under special research doctrine from the 12 on the diplomatic mission to Margrave University. This ship is actually a prototype that we are transporting.
I see. No papers. Okay. And you see him pull out like a little leaflet of paper and start writing some stuff down with you see a quill in his hand, but you didn't see him use any ink. But the ink is...
Are we about to get a ticket?
He said, all right, no papers, just as this is maybe a new vessel, first time traveling to Breland. Just make sure that you coordinate with the dock master once you arrive. Speaking of which, where are you headed?
Margrave University. You're heading to Shard.
You are heading to Shan. Okay, very well. You see him kind of make a note of that. Get with the harbor master once you arrive at the docks in Shan, and make sure you fill out all the proper paperwork for travel within the skies of Breland. Where is it that you all are coming from? And he sits there with the pen ready.
12.
The 12. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what we've said like 5 times.
And what is your business here in Breland, if I might ask?
Enjoying the scenery as we pass through.
Tourism. Very well. Okay. And you would... Standard questions, of course, Captain. But are you harboring any criminals or refugees aboard?
No, these folks are all well vetted and
I see.
honest folks.
I see. And what kind of cargo do you have aboard?
Basics, rations, rum, weapons, just to defend ourselves.
I see. And what kind of weaponry do you have aboard?
I like pull out my rapier and I'm like, this kind. And
Cap, I think he means the ballista. We've got we got 4 ballista, medium range.
I have a whip.
You see, as you're saying this stuff, he's just starting to mark. He's marking it all down on this little piece of parchment that he has.
The whip's actually pretty good. You know, it's a good weapon. You should try it.
So
Standard stuff.
I will take your word for it on the whip. Any magical items that you may have aboard?
I think
Personal.
yeah, we have a couple of personal, amulets, really, really basic stuff, but nothing.
I think
biscuit.
I think you get the idea. We've got I'm an arcanist to some extent. I do a little dabbling, so we have some components on board, but other than that, and any other magical items are just personal effects.
I see.
Yes, we are pretty well experienced. You may have heard of the Fallen Star Company out of New Seer.
Yes, I do recall hearing that name, and you see him kind of actually jot it down on the parchment.
Well,
But
that's us.
as I'm sure you understand, with the last war and everything that's been going on with these warforged and all that, I assume you won't mind if we do a brief inspection of your ship.
Sure. Wait, speaking of Warforged though, there was this awful ship that came out of nowhere with Warforged on it, and they tried to attack us earlier.
Yes, you obviously seem to have fared fairly well. We've dealt with a few of them ourselves.
Can I make an insight check and just in my dealing with bureaucracy as part of the 12?
Yep.
Is this something that is traditionally done and or something, and if I can do like an insight check on him, is this something that perhaps some platinum might alleviate and just let it pass?
Go ahead, give me an insight check.
22.
So with a 22, just from looking at this guy's body language and the way he's transcribing stuff on this parchment, you can tell does this all the time. Anytime any kind of ship enters and then he happens to be the one that has to come out and talk to the captain of the crew, you can tell he's just kind of tired of this because it seems to be the same old all the time. And looking at it, you also get the sense though that he does take it kind of seriously and that bribery might not be the right way to go with this guy.
Okay.
I will kind of step forward and say, I'm sure you won't mind, but we'll be happy to present the full complement of crew if you need us to. But otherwise, we have a lot of our personal effects and whatnot here. It's more of a wandering home, so to speak. If you don't mind, we would prefer to keep this aboard decks instead of unless a full search is absolutely necessary.
Well, you see, so standard procedures is to just have a couple people go down, check out your cargo hold, check out your housing situation, make sure you're not harboring any criminals you are going to Sean, which is very, as I'm sure you know, has a lot of activity there. We've got to make sure.
I'm sure if you'd like, you could have one of your superiors reach out to the leaders of the 12, and they can tell you exactly why it's important that we not be delayed any further.
So at this point, you all notice coming out of what you would assume to be the captain's quarters on this ship, a cloaked individual has the hood pulled down, and you see long white hair and the familiar looking eyes of one of your old friends, Lyra. One of the members of the King's Dark Lanterns from Breland, who first time you met approached you with some various propositions on trying to get you to help gather information, and who you also met later on at the end of the attack from the Cult of Mordain, who instilled one of their changeling individuals as the new Prince Orgev, and she tried to convince you to not tell the people of this. You see
Didn't we convince them to not do that part and like just pretend that the prince died with Connor?
Yes, because you were able to you talked to the people of New Seer and told them what was really going on. And so when you left, the people of New Seer were creating a council to lead the town versus allowing this false Prince Orgev to be in charge.
You immediately hear the low growl from Biscuit as he sees Lyra.
Okay. You all see her slowly approach towards the plank, and she doesn't put a foot on it yet. She just kind of looks over at all of you. And I'll have each of you actually go ahead and give me an insight check real quick.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Why is insight so hard to find? I always do this.
Top of the second column.
Yeah, I got it. 13. Oh, that's not me.
No.
I got a 3.
I got a 7.
I did really good at this, guys.
I got a 20.
23.
Okay. So Taryn and Halceris, you're the only ones that really kind of pick up on it. But as she's looking at you, it almost looks like she's kind of sizing you up, like almost like the first time you meet someone. And she looks, Captain, may I board your ship?
Biscuit walks to the plank and sits on it and stares at her with kind of like ducked head, not entirely barred teeth, but just a.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna stand next to Biscuit and kind of give him like like put my hand on him like an evil.
Okay.
Companion.
And I whisper to Halceris, did you catch that?
I believe perhaps this is not, though this is the same face, this is not the same changeling we have met before.
Unfortunate.
With apologies, our captain has had encounters with someone who looks eerily similar to you.
Yes, I see. But I do bring word from Sean for all of you. If I might come and speak with you all privately.
You may speak.
Why can't you just give your word from there?
And you see her kind of look around at the soldiers around her. There are ears that do not need to hear what I have to say.
You have secrets
Then,
of your own men?
Perhaps you should dismiss your crew and we'll see what happens.
Inspector Vince, I think these people have enough to worry about without you rummaging through their vessel. I think your inspection is over. And you see the inspector snap back and look at her, and then just his shoulders just kind of drop. Very well. And you see him kind of write some more stuff on the parchment, rolls it up. Captain, it's been a pleasure. Make sure you get the papers done as soon as you arrive in Sean. And he spins and walks back towards the plank to head back to his ship, along with his one soldier.
When he walks back, I'm just like, hey, you didn't write anything bad about us in your notebook, right?
That is for the authorities of Sharn and Brellan to see.
I don't know if it's information. If it's personal information about us, I actually believe that it's within our rights to know.
Cap, give it a rest. It's okay.
Okay.
And he just kind of, you see him kind of stop before, because Biscuit's sitting right there on the plank, and he's just kind of.
Biscuit does the what my biggest dog usually does, which is he gives the slightest little like booty wiggle over, so you can step
Okay.
1 foot onto the plank,
And he should die.
and just keeps watching.
Okay. And he just, you see him just kind of shuffles by Biscuit. And you see, as he walks by this individual, Lyra, you see him just kind of give her the side eye as he walks past her.
I make an insight check on that. Is this hostility or is this like respect?
Okay. Yep. Go give me insight.
19.
Look who's suspicious now.
So it's almost that look of, I don't like you on my ship. I don't want you here, but I kind of have to do what you tell me to do, because
Sure.
it's one of those kind of the disgust,
Mhm.
but knowing he has no choice but to listen to her. With
You're
that,
my biggin.
then she just kind of looks back. Is that sufficient enough?
You will
What
not
would you
be
say
permitted
this-
below decks.
I was
Captain,
gonna say,
perhaps.
how about coffee in the captain's mess up here?
That would
Right.
be fine. May I board?
You may.
Okay, she
Just a little bit.
okay, so she comes across and looks at all of you. Says, well, first of all, it is certainly a pleasure to meet all of you. I have heard much about you. I bring.
Take it,
Oh, go ahead.
let's say, from perhaps the previous one to hold that face. Or how does it work with you changelings? It's all just the shared pool at this point.
Well, us changelings, as you call us, we have certain abilities that make stuff like this easier, harder. But sometimes having one face that we share when we're dealing with certain matters. And I was told that this was the face that you all were used to dealing with our organization.
It may be new to you folks, but perhaps using a face with that much difficult history, not a great way to endear yourself at the outset.
I understand. My apologies. Perhaps this might be more appealing. And as she says that, you see from the top of her head, the stark white hair turns red and starts to curl up. And then her eyes turn into a nice vibrant green. And her skin just kind of tans, almost goes on olive color in a way. And her facial features shift just a little bit to where she now looks like a completely different person. Is this easier for you to speak with me?
Actually, yeah, like a lot.
Okay, I see. Well, you may call me. We'll go with Tina this time. I like the name Tina. I think the name probably sets you off a little bit too, doesn't it?
You think?
My apologies.
Also makes it difficult to kind of, Lyra 1 versus Lyra 2, and yeah, it gets complicated.
I see. Well, from now on, I will make sure to pass the word on at any of my associates who come to speak with you. We will use Tina, as that seems to be more appealing. But we've gotten word of what your mission might be coming to Shan. And I've been told to tell you, which I'm sure you probably already know, the Boromars cannot always be trusted. And
it came all this way.
That one we really already had figured out.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
One thing they do know is they know the location of that which you seek.
Which of us seeks?
For the reason you were coming to Shan, the Warforged.
Again, slightly more specific. Warforged, thank you. That helps. That's a little bit better.
The rumored of a forge below Shan. They know the location, apparently.
Oh, that's good for us then.
Their goals are to capture it for themselves, so that they might try to find a way to use it in their affairs, or to sell it. We're not quite sure which yet. But from what we understand, your goal is to destroy it. Is that not correct?
Perhaps.
So the Boromars will do anything they can to get their hands on that. I'm sure you're well aware of that. But there's others of you that I must warn to be careful within the cogs. And Ro, you know this, you recognize that a lot more specifically, as the cogs is a portion of the city down below the very bottom districts of Sharn. Some of the cogs actually lead down to lava pools down below, deep down below the city. There is a certain man who has taken much interest in your all's arrival. From our understanding, I think one of you has some very familiarity with him. He's waiting for you at your old residence.
Anything else of use?
Your family is alive and well, if that is of either note to you.
Okay.
Forgive me. I do not know the Dark Lanterns to be so helpful. Out of the goodness of what they, I assume, replaces a heart? Some sort of ichor pump?
Oh, Sarah, she beat me to the punch right there. That was my next question. What is the cost of this information?
My dear friends, if there was a cost to this information, I wouldn't have given it to you without having discussed it first.
I haven't proven that to be true. Our dealings with our previous phase made it very, very, very clear that information given usually is a attempt to perhaps guide our eyes elsewhere.
We merely wish to see this threat below the city of Shan finished before it spreads up to the streets and causes chaos throughout the city and spreads throughout the rest of Breland.
That's interesting. What chaos?
There are strange machinations down in the cogs. Creatures that we have never seen before. Warforged that seem to have found a way to join themselves together. Yes.
Sorry.
With the hand.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt, but just as this is all but going on,
Yes.
I forget sometimes that I have an ability called Channel Divinity.
Okay.
Oh.
A specific one that allows me to read thoughts.
Okay.
You forget that sometimes?
It doesn't come up. We normally fight, okay?
That's true.
I
You-
mean,
we-
it wouldn't.
We all
It's a
keep
very
so
ironic
many
ability.
secrets.
You have to be able to remember to read other people's thoughts,
Correct.
Yeah.
because it doesn't occur to you. in your
Okay.
thoughts.
So
Also, is Olana still here? Right?
yeah,
she's
she's
still
right.
there.
She's right there
All
with
right,
you.
cool. All right,
Yep.
cool.
You asked her to shadow you, so that is what she is currently doing.
Cool.
Now
We're
let's
just
take a
making
look at this
sure.
channel divinity here. Read
Yeah,
thoughts
of course.
at 6th
So
level.
they have to
Okay.
make a save against my spell save DC. And if it fails, I can read their surface thoughts or what's at the forefront of their mind and exact motions they have for 1 minute. And
Okay.
then, yeah, if they fail, some other stuff might happen too.
Okay. Yeah, no, she fails.
Cool.
So as this is going on, you sent like emotionally, you sense amusement coming from her. Like it was almost almost anxiety leading to amusement of your all's reaction. As for her surface thoughts, you get a strange looking image in your mind. You see what looks to be regular humanoid warforged, but they start to form themselves where you have one in the front, another one comes up behind it, goes down to all fours. You see its head roll back into its body, and then it attaches itself to the one in front.
Oh, ick.
And then another one comes up and does it, and almost creating almost like a centipede like creature.
No.
A mechapede.
So
Okay.
big gross.
Halceris would know this, so I'd cast this earlier on in the conversation and just read throughout. And as it's coming to the end of that minute, what I'd love to do is the fact that they failed means that I can use my action now to cast the suggestion spell, and they don't get a save. They automatically fail it.
So wait, where is that on here?
The last
During that time, you
paragraph-
can use your action. You can use your action to end this effect and cast a suggestion spell on the creature without expending a spell slot. The target automatically fails its saving throw against the spell. Okay.
I
Yeah.
just gotta say, I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
I love this. This is nice.
Okay. So, what is your suggestion with the spell?
I am going to suggest that Tina, it has been a pleasure with the repartee with you, but perhaps now you should just answer all of our questions honestly and forthright, and keep it to yourself. That we've
Okay.
had this conversation.
Let me look at the suggestion spell real quick.
I'm not actively it's not something that's harmful to the
No.
creature.
Okay. Yes, of course. I have been nothing but honest with you all. What else would you like to know?
I look at everyone and say, I believe Tina will be more agreeable now. If there's anything we'd like to ask. Who has told you, well, the Dark Lanterns are widespread. What else can you tell us that is waiting for us in Shard? Are there more of you?
Oh, we are all over Breland. Not all of them waiting for you. I was sent out to hopefully intercept you and give you some of the information. But there are members that will be keeping an eye out for you and keep an eye on you as you.
Is there a clear way to detect one of your kind?
I was about
Without-
to ask.
No, there's not.
By no magical means you cannot determine.
Or maybe if you found a way to read our thoughts.
Do we know their what their mission is or like what they stand for?
So, you've heard of them before. Ro would know more specifically that the Dark Lanterns are essentially the spy network for the King of Breland. So they're mainly out there to either quell any thought of succession from Breland, like when you were a new seer, that's what they were there for. Or they're there just to help spy on the enemies. Sometimes they do operate outside the borders of Breland. Other times they just operate, a lot of them operate within Sharn just to help try to stop any possible uprisings from taking place. And they gather info.
What is it that you are hoping we accomplish? What is your goal with us going to Sharn?
Our goal is merely to help you end this threat of the Warforged in Sharn. We do not want this spilling over into the streets and causing chaos. We like the control we have right now. We don't want nothing to interrupt that.
Are your members disguised as anyone prominent that we should be aware of?
In Sharn.
In Sharn. All over, but in Sharn specifically.
You see her just kind of look for a second and like she's contemplating. No. We try to avoid prominent positions most of the time.
Is she completely susceptible?
Pretty
What do you
much.
mean?
She's answering our questions right now. But can I, as it's forthcoming, and I just can't look a gift horse in the mouth, can I insight check? Is this all look on the up and up?
So
I know it's my own spell effect, but
Yeah,
I just
so-
don't trust anything.
right. Well, no. So I'm not even gonna have you roll insight because you get the sense that, especially through the magic of the spell and all that, that yeah, this is all forthright. This is.
I want to walk up to her and just look at her and be like, what's your biggest weakness?
You
Are we
see that
interviewing her? Is she going to join the crew now?
that one just really seems to catch her off guard. It's maybe a lack of self.
And what about the Dark
Oh, deep.
Lanterns?
It was deep as ever.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
And you see she's still like, she completely missed your second question because you see she's just almost lost in that last question.
Echo broker.
Like, she's like,
Um.
and you actually see like she shifts almost back into Lyra and then into this form of Tina and then almost start to go through 5 or 6 other. You see her turn into this man with spiked hair. You see her turn into what looks to be like a 95-year-old man, all wrinkled and skin sagging.
does anyone else have any more
Well, I was going to ask her
prominent
what.
questions?
Well, I mean, what's the biggest weakness of the Dark Lanterns as well?
And you see she shifts back to the form of Tina. I don't know.
Do the Dark Lanterns have any machinations against us in what we are doing?
No. We want you to succeed on your current mission. Now, there are some who are not happy with the events in New Seer, but your current mission, you have our full support.
Does anyone else have anything they want to ask Tina? Because I think part of it is we don't want to keep them too long because I want them to be nice and far away when the spell wears off. But I do have something I want to do at the end of this conversation.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tell her. I hope you do find yourself in your journey.
Yeah. Ro is a little too withdrawn to have any questions for her.
Okay. It's like, well, if you all have no further questions for me, I think I will depart your lovely vessel and let you all be on your way.
Before you go, in case I wish to get in contact with you again, if you will allow me, and I will again touch the artifact on the back of my holy symbol and cast a Servant of Doom on myself once more to give myself my eyes that I can see their true face.
Okay. All right,
and not threatening. It's just like it just pulls over the face, and so
right.
my eyes went.
So when you do that, the suggestion drops. So because they are both concentration.
But is it a spell? I would know this as Halceras.
Yes.
Is it still count as a spell because it's the channel divinity?
Let me reread it again real quick.
It does say you cast the spell.
Yeah, you cast the spell.
Spell slot. Yep. So
then I would probably not do that. I would know the difference in my own spells.
Yeah. So that would drop.
Would it be possible for you to show us your real face, Tina? Besides this mask.
So think as you see her kind of think for a second. You see, and it's almost unsettling, as you see the red hair kind of disappear. You see a bald head and the skin goes white. And as it comes down the face goes completely blank. There's no facial features whatsoever. And then you just see the rest of her skin underneath her clothes go to a white, still has a humanoid form to it, but you don't see fingernails. You don't see what would be fingerprints on her hands. You don't see hair. You don't see any facial features or ears. And then the form of Tina kind of forms right back. And knowing in your travels, you know that changelings don't really have a singular form. Changelings work very weird where they just build their own personas. And a lot of times they will have shared personas, like is the case here where they use Lyra.
I'm more so doing it so I have a baseline for the casting of the sending spell, because I believe that trying to contact Lyra could be like a game of telephone, literally, because who knows which face is on the other end of that line.
Right.
So I know I have like a idea of this exact person in my brain, so I will be able to send a message to this changeling.
Okay. So with okay, yeah.
Not right now, but like
Right.
in the
no.
future, if I were to send a mass ascending spell.
So are you actually bringing that up to her?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. This is my intent, though.
Okay. We'll see how that works out. Yeah. Okay. So is there anything else that I can do for you all before I depart?
Any chance you could tell Vince to throw out that paperwork he did on us?
Unfortunately, that is the law. And
Fair enough.
all you have to do is when you get there, fill out the paperwork. It's really easy. You can have your first mate take care of it for you. It's only going to run you about 50 gold to register the ship.
Fair enough.
You know, precautions from the war and all that. It's
Of course.
all right. Well, with that, wish you all a safe rest of your journey. And hopefully I will get a chance to see you all again in the future. And she kind of bows to you and turns around and starts to head towards back to the other ship.
We did ask her to forget this conversation, right?
That was
We
part
told
of the,
her it was to not mention this to anyone.
That was part of the suggestion spell.
Making sure.
Yep. And as she crosses, you see a couple of the soldiers come over, grab the plank, and pull it off. And they kind of push off, and you see that ship start to coast off away from you as the other two ships that have been pulling Overwatch slowly start to go and pull themselves in tow with that other ship. What are you all doing?
Yikes.
Onward, I guess. That was fun.
Perhaps
So
we have
Uncomfortable.
I do not think we would ever be free of the lanterns, but now that we have a inn with a specific member, perhaps we can move forward in more advantageous space.
So
A lot of
they-
hoping.
That's what we do.
we have to assume that there's something that they want aside from just helping save Sharn. I mean, let's be fair. I don't think the lanterns would care if it fell into the sea. Like,
I do not think so, though. I think we are to act as pest control for something that would
and I'm
disrupt
sure they
their
have
order.
hired.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've hired somebody else to do pest control for all the people from the cogs that aren't, you know.
Oh, I do not doubt it,
Uh.
but it is to keep things below the cogs, is what
We are.
they want.
We are. That's what they
Yeah.
want from us.
Mm-hmm. I
They
agree.
just don't want they don't want people from the cogs taking their way up the ladder. All right.
Just when I thought I was out of this sort of business.
Isn't this the exact business you're trying to break into with your little chips?
Mm,
Yeah, aren't you just getting into this?
no.
We have asked
No.
networking questions.
We've never asked exactly, Tyrion. What are you calling your little band of
Butterfly.
coin peoples?
Depends on what we're doing. The information, the network that I wanted to start for all of us.
Yeah, for us. Go on.
Yeah. What use do I have for the information? I was at. It was the harvesters, if you must know, if you want to know.
The
The harvest-
harvesters.
Yeah. But yeah.
sounds slightly more sinister than the lanterns, but
Well, the Lanterns is a stupid name, so.
Well, the Dark Lanterns.
I
There
mean,
are-
yeah, but
Oh
the
no!
dark.
Yeah.
I mean, come
a
on, it's an
lantern. How's it
oxymoron.
gonna
It's
be
the
dark?
dark lanterns.
Dark
That's
Lantern.
sick.
They ran out of
In-
light.
Out of game, I know that. Is there like the positive one? There is a Lanterns group in Brelin, and then there's the Dark Lanterns, which are like the more spy network. Is that what it is, or
No.
am I? No, there
No,
not
so-
so they are just
No,
a
they're
bad
just-
thing. Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
just
no, I'm
guys
not
with a
defending them,
penchant
I'm
for
just saying-
oxymorons.
Even if there was the Lanterns, they really couldn't think of a single other word. They could have been like the Dark Lamps.
The
I think that's
lanterns
worse.
are like a
I think that's
gang
actually
of
worse.
teenagers that just
Dark lamps.
Lampwicks. I turn to Alana and just say, "Well, welcome to the Fallen Stars."
yeah, very very
Astute.
interesting.
Astute, yeah. Yeah.
Esoteric,
That's so
Words.
erudite.
Okay,
Dauntless.
so as your adventure continues through the skies,
I have a question. Did
Yes.
Alceris share his picture with us?
Karen.
do you
I-
share the imagery you saw?
Mm,
Oh yeah. And I'm trying to know if I have a spell that can just make me like do a little projection image so I can terrify them. Because I doubt
Um,
I'm sleeping tonight, but I don't think I have anything like that.
I mean, if you describe it to me, I can make that happen.
Hmm.
Okay. I actually take out a small piece of glass. One of the things that I keep around me that I don't use very often, but I'm going to use one of my my minor image things that I have, like
the
I did on the
Tinkering.
pictures of us. Yeah,
Yep.
the tinkering thing. And I'm just going to put a kind of a static image of the robot,
The Mechapede.
yeah, the mechapede on the glass, and then turn it around. Like as he's describing it to me, I'm kind of like doing the the police artist thing, you know.
The police
Sketch
sketch.
artist.
Okay, sketch art. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Hmm.
And then I just turn it around and show everybody.
That's him. Oh no.
Yeah.
That
A thing
is
of nightmares.
that's
There he is.
utterly
That's
terrifying.
really gross, Steel.
Yikes.
I didn't. It's not. He said it. I
No.
just.
Wow.
It-
Congratulations, you've succeeded in creeping out the captain. You've disgusted her.
Big ick.
You've icked the captain, Steel.
Well, I mean,
Icked.
again, why do I get all the blame for this? This was Alceris' image, and technically, it's her fault because she was thinking about it.
That doesn't make it better.
And
This,
that
this
doesn't
is just worse.
Steel.
Compounded.
Huh?
Steel. That doesn't make it better, Steel. You've icked
Fine.
the captain.
You know what?
This is what
you
you've
know-
done. Just
I-
accept
we'll make it better.
accountability.
I feel
There are-
icked.
There are 3 of these Warforged down in the basement. I'm gonna go see if I can figure out what the heck these things are.
Oh God, please don't make them do weird things.
Actually,
I'm
I'd
gonna-
like to see that.
I'm not sure if they're different from the. I don't know, but I will find out if these ones are anything like that. And then I just go up to the captain and I set the piece of glass.
Well, there you have it. That happened.
So, Steel,
Yeah.
you do know that since you guys have started facing these Warforged, that every time you come across a new one, they are a completely different design. So it doesn't seem to be the same ones just gaining more and more stuff. It seemed like the ones with the gliders were slightly different in design. So each one seems to be built with specific purposes.
Ick.
Well,
Yeah, it's all terrible. It looks like this is. I mean, it's better to know the devil we are about to face if we are to go down to the cogs. If that is where we are to go. Did Steel, are you and Taryn going to build this awful, like, your own version of a mecha piece?
No, I have no
Oh,
intention of building my own. I'm just checking to see how similar the image you gave me is to the ones that we have here, because that might give us some idea where, like a maker's mark or an idea of what's doing this. So just research right now.
Yeah, I'm just following. And then on the way
Okay.
down to the lab, can I
Oh.
just go ahead?
Kieran, I could use your help. And if your daughter's also, is she helping as your helper? If you come help me, is that how that's working now?
Probably. Onward.
Okay.
And on the
Can
way
I-
down, go ahead.
I was gonna say I would like to. I'm gonna put you guys to work with Biscuit. He's got a new upgrade, and so I figured I figured your daughter might like to, see how that works.
All right. We're going to the lab. I look over their shoulder. We're going down to the lab. And then on the way to the lab, I just want to pop in Guy's office for a quick second.
Okay. Yeah, what do you need?
Information.
Yeah, what kind of info you got? I got info on all sorts of stuff. What you got? What you need?
All right. First, are the brothers still operating out of Sean?
Last I knew.
Great. I have to go pay them a visit. Secondly,
Yeah, they'll be happy to see you.
as they always are, when we get to Sean, I want you and Samson to work on procuring weapons for the crew.
All
Make
right, what kind of
a bit
weapons
of-
you want?
Any and all. I feel we need a bit of an armory.
So you want to set up an armory? Okay, yep, no
Yeah.
problem. Where's the funding for this going to come from?
I'll get right back to you on that one. I have to.
All right. Yeah, definitely gotta let me know, because weapons aren't cheap. They're not free, you know.
Of course. No, I know.
Uh,
That.
where are we setting up an actual armory on the ship or what?
Yes.
All right, so you're gonna have to let me know location.
Location. I'll get those plans to you, Guy.
Yeah,
Thank you.
location. Money. You know how it
Money.
works.
Yep.
I'm Guy. I
no,
get you
I'll
what you
do it.
need.
That's a tagline. Okay, I'll get you what you need. All right. See you later.
All right.
Well, that's another, and then just mumble under my breath. Well, that's another thing I have to figure out.
As you're kind of walking away, I was like, dude, how can you talk to him? Holy crap.
The key is you don't talk to him for long.
I see.
Any longer than just now, and it all just crazy. Anyway, to the lab.
All right, let's go.
To the lab.
All right, Echo. Anything specific you want to do? No?
No.
Okay.
I wanted to just touch with Ro. They mentioned the person waiting. Are you good with this?
Depends on what good with this means. There's a road, and he's at the end of it. And he was always going to be at the end of it. I feel like I can't go down any other roads unless I finish that.
Think that he is the end of your journey?
I'm hoping he's the end of me being afraid.
As you say that, you feel the arcane energy in your dragon mark going all the way up your arm again.
In what way? In killing him?
Yeah. 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 He
I
betrayed me and he betrayed my family. And more than that, I don't know that anyone knows that he's a traitor. And I don't know if anyone will believe me. So at the very least, I can remove the threat.
but would this not just make you look more guilty in the eyes of your family? That you have just killed someone who does not appear to be a traitor?
I don't know if that matters if they already think that I'm the one that betrayed them and if this will keep them safe.
You are not. You have not betrayed anyone.
I think I was stupid.
It's not. If you were taken advantage of, your naivete, it is not your fault. It is this person's fault. And I do not wish to tell you which path to take, but would not bringing this person's transgressions to light not abolish you of your imagined sin? In your family's eyes, not reconcile this?
I don't know. I don't know if anyone will believe me, even if I do that. And I need to be prepared to take him out if that's what's going to keep him away from the rest of my family. And even if that means that I can't be there. I have a brother, and I'm not letting anyone get near him. Not if I can help it. And I've been gone for a long time.
I think I see you bear a heavy weight, Ro. I want you to know that we are with you. We will not abandon you in this, but I think you are courting the dark so much that you are only seeing absolution in the worst way. The only way to you is through more sacrifice of your own happiness. And it is not have to be. Is possible it may be, but is not the only scenario yet. Things can be better.
Would you do it? If you had someone in front of you that was responsible for all of the pain, for everything you've gone through, you'd let them live?
I see that person every time I look in the mirror, Ro. I cannot imagine what you are going through. And your wanting to protect them is noble and right. I am simply asking that you keep an open mind to your own happiness.
I'm sorry. That wasn't fair. That wasn't fair to you.
It's not. I see my jaw just kind of clench a little bit. I am no stranger to the taste of vengeance, wanting it more than anything, but it is a poison if you allow it to take you, Ro. And you, hand on your shoulder, you are too bright a star to let it darken you before you have had the chance to properly shine.
Aren't we already fallen, though?
Does not mean we cannot be shining bright.
I will take it under consideration. But I can't lie to you and say that my mind has changed.
All right.
All right. Over the next 4 days, you guys continue your travel over the skies of Breland. And then one day, as you're looking out on the horizon, you see your first sight of the spires of Sharn in over 2 years. As you all slowly start to now approach the city that you all met in, but a couple years ago. You approach the city, coming in, all the members of your crew are busily running around, taking care of their different jobs as you approach the sky docks. Anything you all wish to do as you approach?
Is this like the morning of, or is this like midday?
It's
like,
about mid-afternoon.
Mid-afternoon. Knowing we're on our way, I am going to ritual cast a gift of luck on. I'm going to give it to Steel. I'm going to give it to Ro, and I'm going to give it to Taryn.
Okay.
So you've all got a little
See
bit
how
of
it
boon.
is. It's fine. Not bad.
Well, I ritual.
I'm
cast
kidding. I'm
it.
kidding. I'm
Okay.
kidding. I'm
Nope.
kidding.
You're all getting a pep talk in the
Okay.
morning. They'll look you right in the eyes.
I'm not lucky.
Quality
I
time
guess.
with Pop Pop.
Yep.
So
Okay.
I'll give one to Echo as well.
Okay. All right. So you all come to dock at what almost looks to be, thinking back, the same dock that you all came to rest at the last time you were aboard an airship coming to Sharn. And as you look out, you see the various dock hands start to scramble towards your ship to try to help tie you off and to attend to the needs of your ship. As you all see a familiar looking figure slowly approaching your ship. Except this time she looks slightly different. As you see the dockmaster Shalindra, the same dockmaster that was here previously when you had arrived, only a little bit more weathered. And where before she had two bright eyes looking at you, you now see one open eye and the other eye covered with a patch, as you see a large dark scar come from the top of her forehead down across where her eye would be and down her cheek. But she comes over, seeing the five of you, gets a big old smile on her face. And that, my friends, is back to where it began and where we will pick up again next week. As this first year, we have come full circle back to session 0. And for some of you, a return home. We'll see how that goes, as a little bit of the drama has come out this evening. So with that coming to a close this evening, we do still have a few minutes, and just kind of one thing I wanted to do, and I haven't talked to any of these guys about it yet, seeing how this is our first year. Just real quick, what is one of your best memories so far of this last year that we've been doing this together? Like, what are some of the, so I mean, for me, like, just seeing as we came together a year ago, a little over a year ago now with session 0, we got used to it. It took us a little while to get traction, I think, but we kind of got used to it, and just like, we even showed a little bit of it this evening as when you guys get into your deep role playing, it's deep. We've had several of them, like the talking about hope as we go through, or the emotions that are shown as you guys have role played some of these scenes throughout the year has been amazing. But for you guys, what are some of the stuff that you've enjoyed throughout this year that we can share with everybody so they can go back and check it out and see what's been going on? What you got, Ro?
I think that my favorite thing that everyone has done is the longest, most drawn out backstory reveals anyone has ever seen, except for like 4 episodes in when I was like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. No,
everyone's done a spectacular job of just playing it so real and so like scared to reveal that information as a character. It is excellent.
I will say I would say my favorite has been the introduction and continuation of the Cantrip Dads, and B, accidentally becoming the chef of the group and having sous chef Echo. I've missed having sous chef Echo in the kitchen of late, because that was super fun at the beginning, especially since. Well, I was gonna say, especially since like, what was it? Echo's second run into that was, oh, by the way, hey, I'm gonna take off into the fog. Bye.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
I'm like, and what you do is first you wash the rice, and then
Playing with such creative folks has been nothing short of an absolute delight. In how everyone comes about their characters and also just their play styles. Truly wonderful time.
I actually like how far the characters have come together, especially when dealing with Tavern from session 0, when I was gonna fight Echo, up to now where Echo is fighting for me. So I think that's one of my favorite parts of this whole year.
I think it's just been like Brendan said, to see everyone create their own characters and bring them to life in such a vivid way, but to see the personal interactions between different characters and how they differ, like Echo and Tyrion versus Echo and House Ceres, and how she views each person in her family, essentially. It's been a pleasure, y'all. Happy 1 year.
Yeah, it's been a great year, and I still think one of my favorite things, and I think about it all the time, going all the way back to session 1, our very first episode, 1 year ago, and the acquisition of Biscuit. The group was just heading out of town, and somebody's actual dog started barking in the background, so we played it off as a stray dog that started to follow them, and Biscuit has become almost the mascot of the group. There was a whole quest to go find him when he went missing. He became the Steel Defender for Steel, and Biscuit's just been like that one thing that just was a complete random event that kind of helped shape this group, I think, really early on, and it was awesome.
It's funny you say that, because my Biscuit walked in right as we started this.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, I think
over here.
Almost most of us have, like, I think more of us have dogs, and you never know what they're going to do. And when you get a chance to take it and make it part of the story, like we did, it was great. It's been a great first year. Definitely looking forward to this next year as we continue the story of the Fallen Star Company and their wild adventures through the world of Eberron. Now, before we go ahead and actually sign off for the night, though, go ahead, a few last minute announcements for everyone.
Yeah, we got a lot going on here at the Games Tavern with shows and whatnot. You can tune in tomorrow and check out Whiskey, Magic, and Destruction. They premiere tomorrow, Thursday, at 7 p.m. Eastern. With treasure hunting and nefarious plots afoot, this ensemble cast will sure to keep you entertained. So they're premiering tomorrow. And also check out our friends at The Mist every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. With their ship breached and chained to their floating prison of souls, the Mistwalkers must choose exactly how attached to their flesh and bones they really are. Oh, and also, and be sure to catch the exciting conclusion of Durlag's Legacy this Saturday, May 7th at 12 noon and Eastern.
Yeah, and if you didn't catch up on Durlag's Legacy, you can do so right now over at YouTube. So head over to YouTube and go to the Games Tavern, subscribe, hit the like, and catch up on any of the shows that you haven't seen before, or you can catch up with us and go back and see some of our favorite moments. But everything you do over there just helps bring more people into the tavern and get us more friends to play games with and talk about our dogs and all the nerdy crap that we're into. So
and us nerdy folks, along with our friends on other streaming channels, have set up charity super stream this month for No Kid Hungry. For each $1 donated, up to 10 meals will be provided for hungry kiddos.
All right, be sure to visit 1985games.com and check out their mystery dice packs and other great tools for your games. And if you use our special show code Dirty Deeds 1985, no spaces, you can get a 10% discount on all your purchases.
Y'all, thanks again for tuning in with us for the past 1 year, and a humongous thank you to Shard Tabletop for sponsoring our show. Please go to the link in chat to check it out yourself and use the code TGTShard20, it's all one word, to get your 20% discount on your DM Pro and other subscriptions.
All right. And with that is going to actually wrap everything up for this week and for our first year. We will see you all hopefully next week as we continue the adventures into the largest city of Corvair, Sharn. Stay dirty, everyone.
Bye.